I may be wrong in regard to any or all of them, but holding it a sound maxim, that it is better to be only sometimes right, than at all times wrong, so soon as I discover my opinions to be erroneous, I shall be ready to renounce them. Without the assistance of that divine being, I cannot succeed. With that assistance, I cannot fail. Trusting in him, who can go with me, remain with you, and be everywhere for good, let us confidently hope that all will yet be well. I desire so to conduct the affairs of this administration that if at the end, when I come to lay down the reins of power, I have lost every other friend on earth, I shall at least have one friend left, and that friend shall be down inside me. People who like this sort of thing will find this the sort of thing they like. In review of a book. It is not in our forming battlements or bristling seacoasts, or our army and navy that makes America great, but rather our reliance in the law of liberty and the religious law God has planted in us. Any people anywhere, being inclined and having the power, have the right to rise up, and shake off the existing government, and form a new one that suits them better. This is a most valuable, a most sacred right, a right, which we hope and believe, is to liberate the world. I fear you do not fully comprehend the danger of abridging the liberties of the people. Nothing but the very sternest necessity can ever justify it. A government had better go to the very extreme of toleration than to do aught that could be construed into an interference with, or to jeopardize in any degree, the common rights of its citizens. The books, and your capacity for understanding them, are just the same in all places. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other one thing. As the patriots of '76 did to the support of the Declaration of Independence, so to the support of the Constitution and laws, let every American pledge his life, his property, and his sacred honor. Let every man remember that to violate the law, is to trample on the blood of his father, and to tear the character of his own, and his children's liberty. Let relevance for the laws, be breathed by every American mother, to the lisping babe, that prattles on her lap, let it be taught in schools, in seminaries, and in colleges, let it be written in primers, spelling books, and in almanacs, let it be preached from the pulpit, proclaimed in legislative halls, and enforced in courts of justice. And, in short, let it become the political religion of the nation, and let the old and the young, the rich and the poor, the grave and the gay, of all sexes and tongues, and colors and conditions, sacrifice unceasingly upon its altars. While ever a state of feeling, such as this, shall universally, or even, very generally prevail throughout the nation, vain will be every effort, and fruitless every attempt, to subvert our national freedom. If we take habitual drunkards as a class, their heads and hearts will bear an advantageous comparison with those of any other class. We shall need all the anti-slavery feeling in the country, and more. You can go home and try to bring the people to your views, and you may say anything you like about me if that will help. When the hour comes for dealing with slavery, I trust I will be willing to do my duty though it cost my life. There has never been but one question in all civilization: how to keep a few men from saying to many men, "You work and earn bread and we will eat it." Military glory, that attractive rainbow, that rises in showers of blood, that serpent's eye, that charms to destroy. If my father's son can become president of these United States, then your father's son can become anything he wishes. One company can serve some of your needs all of the time, or all of your needs some of the time, but never both. The hen is the wisest of all the animal creation because she never cackles until the egg is laid. Resolve to be honest at all events, and if in your own judgment you cannot be an honest lawyer, resolve to be honest without being a lawyer. I went to my room one day and locked the door and got down upon my knees before Almighty God and prayed to Him mightily for victory at Gettysburg. I told Him that this war was His, and our cause His cause, that we could not stand another Fredericksburg or Chancellorsville. Then and there I made a solemn vow to Almighty God that if He would stand by our boys at Gettysburg, I would stand by Him, And he did stand by you boys, and I will stand by him. And after that, I don't know how it was, and I cannot explain it, soon a sweet comfort crept into my soul. The feeling came that God had taken the whole business into his own hands, and things would go right at Gettysburg, and that was why I had no fears about you. Fellow citizens, we cannot escape history. We of this Congress and this administration will be remembered in spite of ourselves. No personal significance or insignificance can spare one or another of us. The fiery trial through which we pass will light us down in honor or dishonor to the latest generation. The problem with internet quotes is that you cannot always depend on their accuracy.